right? There was a serious lack of burst damage though on their team. I think when you play with Spearbreaker and Pangolier, like you need someone who can just blow heroes up. But what they had was like this one big team fight instead. And that kind of made it a little bit more difficult for Spirit in the early and the mid game to try and build on an advantage, like a big advantage at that point.
That's fair
enough.
enough.
Lizard is trying to not agree, but he's
not
sure what to say.
I just can't not agree, so I'm silent. I'm trying to figure out how to...
Look what you've done, Nomad. Look what you've done.
I've ruined this chemistry. Damn it.
I just want to say, I'm... Forever since I started playing this game, there's something in me. There's a certain kind of a person, you know, like a certain kind of a person plays Undying, certain kind of a person plays Broodmother. I was the sort that always liked playing heroes that aren't really in the meta, you know, just being a hipster, pretty much, Dota hipster. I love playing Kotl mid so damn much. Long time ago, and Visage as well, before he was even played mid. I'm a bit sad when the hero actually becomes popular on the position, because everyone figures out how to play against it.
Exactly.
One of the big heroes versus Kotl perhaps is a Nyx, which is something that has been picked before as well, obviously. We might see it again. And what do you guys think about Bounty? After the recent changes, I haven't really seen him get picked up, but Steam Secret used to play it against Kotl all the time.
I hate that hero. Bounty Hunter just feels very, very poo. What do you think, Theban?
I think it has a lot of potential. I've seen some people actually playing it, you know, in the core roles and such now, but it still has the same problem, right? It's very single targety. It needs to get going. It needs a lot of kills and stuff, so probably won't be seeing too much of it right now, especially in this meta where everybody prefers to play like team fight oriented and just try to like take objectives on the map and just build on your carry.
To be fair, if you're ever in the point of a draft and you think to yourself, man, they could really use a hero which gives me no stuns, no damage, no team fight, and nothing of value, then yeah, sure, pick Bounty Hunter. But I don't find myself in that situation very often.
That's something that you get with me on your team. I find a way to pick the most useless looking hero every time. Anyway, we see another game, another Bane picked up by Team Spirit this time around. Night Stalker, a little bit of this night presence to counter the Keeper of the Light. If that even is a counter right now, because of the second spell, you can't really even move as Night Stalker before the BKB becomes difficult.
I do like the idea that you can find the Keeper of the Light in the fights with the ultimate and just flying over trees. And that Phantom Lancer is such a hard counter to this Night Stalker and the Bane. That's a problem pick for Team Spirit right there.
Not only is it a counter, it's probably 23 Savage's most played hero, and you're playing with old school combination of Kotl PL. Keeper of the Light, Phantom Lancer, man, I remember this since good old No-Tail Fnatic days. They used to spam it, so...
that's going to be so cool with the Shard later, too. You're just going to see illusions flying out from this PL. Non-stop.
The opening itself makes me very confident in T1's draft.
You know, you were talking a little bit about playing unorthodox heroes and it does give you a significant advantage. Like Tundra, for example, I think one of the biggest reasons why they won the most recent tournament is because they picked like NS5, Jaro 5, and Pangolier 5, and like nobody really expected those picks to come through. They're drafting and countering according to what the regular roles those things come from. And like you said, like you suddenly start playing Broodmother, initial reaction, you don't know what to do about it. And I think this NS is one of those heroes right now.
Also, when it comes to Tundra, Winter Byron, right? Like on the mid lane.
Yeah,
a few weeks ago, or maybe a month or two ago, I'm playing with Fogged and Lacoste. I'm offlane Wyvern. I do exactly the build that Nine is doing right now on Wyvern, right? Just gonna say we lost that game. Wasn't really perfect in my hands, and I got the silent treatment from the two of them. But it can work though. I've been redeemed.
It's okay. If you play with me, I'll never give you the silent treatment.
It's fine.
Oh.
I'm used to it. It's good. Better than the false. Nah, it's fine. You're good. As a team, we didn't play, and then you look into their eyes and they hate you.
Oh, whoa.
Never experienced that personally, you know, as always a top performer in any group I'm in. As Mo Farah has outed me in the chat already, I did play a game with Fogged a couple of times, and my mid dazzle is something which I often bring up. He wasn't happy with that. We'll move on from there and get back into this draft as we have the Leshrac, the Puck, and the Faces Void banned out by T1 so far. Meanwhile, Team Spirit, they have gotten rid of the Beastmaster, the Doom, and one more hero still to ban from them. Team Spirit, though, I'm pretty sure this is just Yatoro saying the entire time, please ban the Doom. I don't want to play against it again. I don't want to be Doom the entire game. I want to play Dota.
Yeah, that was definitely a problem pick for them. And right now, like T1 with their 2 bans in the Leshrac and Puck, they're pretty much securing this Phantom Lancers game. I can't really think of too many other heroes that they can pick here for Spirit that can, you know, really destroy a Phantom Lancer. Even carry wise, I mean, maybe they can go for like a Sven, but even
Troll.
then, yeah, you can pick heroes to kite them, right? At that point, like you have a lot of very single targety heroes on the side of Team Spirit, and it's gonna become a problem too.
Just the Lash ban is something that I really like. Ember Spirit as well might come in handy for T1. Oh my god, okay. Maybe Ember Void Spirit for T1 for bans, but Shaker is not something that we see very often as well.
Yeah. So the way that Phantom Lancer players counter Earthshaker, or you should counter Earthshaker, is by buying Sanjin Yasha for the status is this, so you're not stun locked forever. And then eventually, once you get a Heart of Tarask, like the Echo Slam tickles you at that point. So although Earthshaker in theory it's really, really good against PL, but once it gets to the late game, the PL is not gonna mind.
And I have to say, Lich plus Keeper of the Light. No, not the biggest fan of the two. If Keeper of the Light is the support, no, not the biggest fan of the two of them. They don't really bring a lot of synergy. I would rather see Kotl, let's say, on mid and Pango as 4, but maybe it's difficult to put Kotl on mid when you're playing versus Night Stalker too. Well, we'll see.
Sounds messy.
This kind of crazy though with the Pango pick with the Keeper, the Chakram on the Swashbuckle and the Shield.
Shield Crash.
It's really like 2 low cooldown abilities. You can keep spamming and just keep fighting nonstop. I think Team Spirit at the moment, like during the daytime, T1 is just gonna run all over them.
Whichever way around they choose to lane this, it's going to be really strong. Like PL with Frost Shield's really nice. PL with Spirit Lance spam is really nice. Pangoleo with both of those is really nice as well. And now the Sven comes out from Team Spirit.
My small problem for Team Spirit is they have this Night Stalker that really likes to be active. Well, not necessarily super early on, but as soon as he gets 1 or 2 items first, second night, and you're coupled with an Earthshaker and the Bane. You need a ton of damage and a ton of activity coming from your mid laner. Even something like a Queen of Pain or whatever, you know, these heroes that don't really need a lot but do a lot with anything that they've been given. Just levels and run at them. As right now, Shaker is very farming oriented, Sven as well. They won't be finding any place on the map.
Also, they did pick the Pangolier on T1 into the Bane, which, as we saw in an earlier series, wasn't too pretty for the Pangolier. I mean, that cast time amplification on the Bane onto the Pangolier is very annoying.
You're not going to let it go, are you?
I'm really not. It was so annoying. He was just sitting there for like 2 seconds straight trying to rev up his Rolling Thunder, and the Bane just
I can almost promise you nobody's thinking about it.
I just love how everyone thinks about Pango versus Bane as in, oh, you grip him while he rolls and he's not, and here, or you sleep him, and Nomad is, but the actual problem, it's enfeeble.
It's good, I swear.
It's good, you know, you got to get all the ideas out there, right? You know, Dota is not just one dimension.
Look,
there's so many different ways.
I'm just assuming
you're bringing up the other point. It's good.
Yeah. I'm just assuming that everyone's smart enough to know that Grip is good, Nightmare's good against Pangolier. Okay, you know, we're past that. You know, this is the OGA. Dota pit chat, everyone is very, very smart here. We don't deal with the plebs. They're off watching Fortnite. We've got the real geniuses today. I don't need to spell out the obvious things for them.
Is the meme still 9k MMR in the chat, or did we raise the bar to 10k now?
Oh, it's at 12k already.
Oh, it's 12k. Okay.
Yeah. Chat's at 12k.
Catch up, come on, mate.
I'm still trying to catch up to 10k, and these guys are all at 12k. What can I say?
Yeah. The same here, man. Same here.
And finally, we have the Venomancer to round off the draft from T1. A bit of team fight, a bit of poison, a bit of annoyance. And where are all these heroes going? Is this a mid cuddle after all?
It could be. It doesn't truly matter. For me, what matters is that this Venom makes Shaker's life harder.
Disgusting.
It makes Sven's lane harder. It gives a lot of vision, something that you're lacking versus Night Stalker. It's a little bit out there, and it's not really a hero that you really see very often. But I like the Void Spirit versus him, though. I have
they needed that. Agreed. They needed something that can just TP to a lane and catch his Venomancer and keep him down. Because this Venom was an absolutely disgusting pick. Like, this hero is gonna destroy, everyone on Team Spirit side. Like, they don't have any real pipe buyers. They're not gonna buy team items. This ulti is gonna wreck you. The slow is gonna wreck you. It's gonna disable your blinks and whatever else that you're gonna try to buy on Spirit. They need to shut down Cuckoo big time, or this game, it ain't looking good for Spirit at all.
All right. Well, I think it's once again a pretty leaning towards T1 by the sounds of things, and I think I'd agree with this. I don't really know how this Team Spirit draft kind of connects, and I feel like when it breaks out into the inevitable chaos which these games have been kind of going into, maybe Team Spirit can get the advantage with these very brawly heroes in the Night Stalker and the Void Spirit. But do you think T1 is going to let them get to that stage?
I feel like Toronto Tokyo is the hero and the player that we need to look out for and expect outperformance from him, because it is a very decent Void Spirit game. There's no catch on the side of T1, and he can do whatever the hell he wants to. And he also has 3 heroes that he can deal with and eliminate very easily early on. It's Kotal, it's Lich, and it's Venomancer. So it's on him to make the right plays together with the Night Stalker and bring his team into the mid game. If he manages to, I'm all in on Team Spirit.
All right. Well, a conditional bet towards Team Spirit. I think I will go for T1 again. They just really impressed me last game, and I'm not expecting them to drop the ball with this draft. So let's jump in to game number 2 with Team T1 versus Team Spirit in this best of 3 series.
Team 1, T-Spirit, pretty much where we're at right now. But
I don't get to flame
Team
Nomad
1.
Very often, so nice intro. That was really good. Normally he gets to flame me on the intros, so this is my chance. I'll take it while it's there.
It's usually like right as the transition happens on the camera, he gets you.
Yeah.
But we've got to pause. You can continue to roast them if you want.
No, it's okay. I'm a man of gamer B cup. I'm a change man.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I like T1's draft. I agree with the panel. I think this Veto pick was really good. It'd be interesting to see whether they start with a tri-lane on Team Spirit to play the Shaker, the Lich. Sorry, not the Lich. The Shaker, the Bane together in a tri-lane. Find some kills potentially early on, because this Venom is weak at like the level 1 mark. He's not a mobile hero at all, and he likes to take this poison sting at level 1 potentially. So we'll see what they do.
You guys can't see the chat at the moment, but Cuckoo's like, "No, we're ready." Whitemud's not in the game as he's saying that. So, I think I want to say I heard this on a pro player stream. I'm not sure who, but I'm going to say it was from somebody way higher than me. Did you ever notice that when somebody disconnects on one team, somebody on the other team always disconnects?
No?
Oh, well, I've been told, and I don't know if this is true, it's just a theory that I've heard on stream. When somebody disconnects on one team, sometimes there's a player on the other team who is affected. There may be 1 or 2 players, potentially everybody, that is affected by the person who's originally disconnecting, reconnecting to the game, and like it causes lag. throughout the server for some reason to the game.
Right.
So those
Okay.
people reset as well.
Is
that
that
make
some
sense?
NA knowledge, B-Cup?
This was not an NA stream I was watching. I swear.
I'll do some testing for you and let you know.
They like reconnect to fix the lag.
Who are you favouring in this series, by the way?
I do like T1 here. I'm a big fan of mid coddles,
Okay.
Nothing touches the heart like my
so it's always fun to watch. I always loved seeing the Jinkyu 5-0 talisman, or really the 4-0 talisman into one sold, I think, with the Vambrace being picked up.
Yeah. Well, you know, I said I went away for like 10 days or whatever it was. I came back and I was like, I managed to get like 4 games of Dota in, right? Before we started casting over the last couple of days. And mid-cotter was one of the things I tried because I like, it looks really fun. And oh my god, it's ridiculous.
How'd it go for you?
It might not be good every game, but like you can't lose the lane, and it's so much fun to play. If you haven't done it yet, Twitch chat, go and play mid-call. It's very fun.
Do it unranked if it's your first time doing it.
Oh no, do it ranks. Just really piss people off.
This is how I know you're toxic.
I'm a changed man, B-Cup.
Change man, you're telling people to go in first game mid-coddle into ranked games.
Yeah.
You're the reason they don't have 10k behavior score anymore.
I'm sure they've seen what it's like in the in an official game. I'm sure they can make it up as they go along. They'll be fine.
Sure. You're getting these guys in a lot of trouble.
Dagon first every game. No boots, guys. That's
No talismans?
Oh yeah. You have to go nulls.
Okay.
Triple null Dagon. Very fun.
Yeah. All right. I like that idea,
Oh, God.
but we'll see.
I think we've cast together before, and I've told you that I'm a big Night Stalker fan.
Yes.
I really like this hero.
Yes.
It's not always good, but I think it's a really cool hero. Glad to see that we're getting to see it more, even if Night Stalker's only being picked because Carl was picked a lot of the time, right? But
I like that Night Stalker. We saw it in the Chinese OGA that happened recently. We were seeing Shinkyu playing it and having a lot of fun with that, as well as Faith Beyond, right? We saw him play it a couple times.
for sure. And it's one of those heroes that I feel like it either looks really good or really bad. There's like no in between. It either pops off or it just does nothing.
Was it Faith Beyond who got Meteor Hammer immediately on it?
Yeah, and I think JT did it as well, didn't he?
Yeah, JT had that crazy game on it. You're right.
Because I mean that's the problem with the hero, right? Is that you don't push out waves and you don't really farm very well. So a lot of people go Midas, or they used to. But it seems like Meteor Hammer was the thing in China that a lot of the offlaners like to pick up when they were playing the NS. Be interesting to see if Collapse does the same again. This time.
I even thought that they went Meteor Hammer on the Tide in one of those Chinese Dota games,
And DK. And all sorts.
It was like so many Meteor Hammers.
It's quite fun though.
It was. I thought it was pretty interesting. It was a fun time. I like seeing that Meteor Hammer. I enjoy it. So we got ourselves a bit of a longer pause. We'll go to, I believe, a quick break, 5-minute break, and we'll be back in 5 minutes or less, guys. It could be quick. Stay right there. Look at this. That was like 2 minutes max. The perfect amount of time. Yeah, counting's never been my strong suit. So, get in this game. I don't need to remind you guys of anything. If you're just joining me, go look at the top bar, see what heroes are here. We'll go over it as we go on. We'll be okay. Unless Mo wants to break it down.
Yeah, I'll break it down for you. It's 2021
sure.
and we're playing PL Cole. Give me a break. Like,
Damn.
come on.
All right.
30
I don't-
seconds to battle.
I feel like it's going to be one of those games where like Spirit do really well for like 30 minutes and then PL just wins.
You think
It's
they're going to
PL.
do that well for that long?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think as long as they shut down the Venom, like the panel was saying before, I think they'll have a relatively good time in the early stages of the game. I will say as well, Radiant have the chance to be able to take ancient stacks and Dire don't really. So I think that could be a big swing in being able to boost the net worth on Team Spirit to be able to push
battle begins.
their advantage.
What? I think Venomancer just max plague wards, takes all the stats.
Yeah, it's just 5 minutes later.
Easy
I
does
took one
it.
ancient stack, guys.
That sounds to me like max plague wards try to take an ancient stack. That sounds like a Dota YouTube video.
Yeah.
Like something
My
that
Dark
you
Seer
would...
vacuum stacked ancients for me on a high ground, and I then tried to take it with plague.
You'll never believe what I did to these stacks.
Oh, that was really nice. Did you see that by Toronto
A
Tokyo?
little Aether Remnant right there as he was charging up the Illuminate.
Cancels the sorry, not cancels, denies the range creep for it as well. So pretty good going.
Lap's already taken a lot of damage up in the top lane. I'm a little worried. The pause was more for Team Spirit figuring out their ping issues, maybe lag issues. I'm not sure if they're still present, but we are playing, so we'll see if that has anything in terms of like being impactful in terms of where we're at in this game at the moment. And he keeps throwing out the Aether Remnants. He's forcing Carl to stop those Illuminates early.
And there's nothing that Carl can do, right? Because you have to stand still to be able to charge it, so you can't dodge it.
True.
So they deward the small camp.
And there it is. Now Carl's able to start. And it is. He sits a little bit further back with the Illuminate.
Killed.
Mira losing his courier to Whitemon. Seen some crazy Lich games.
What do you mean? What's a crazy Lich game consist of?
Some pretty stellar Chain Frost with like the Ice
He's level
Spire.
1.
Yeah, he's on the run, and one shot from dead here. Right now surviving, but Maposhka comes over, body blocks him. Fairy Fire surviving a little bit longer. More right clicks come in. Stormhammer on the Zephyr, not one, but potentially
this
two
is-
here. And the shield crash, but Maposhka searching. Ooh, actually gets the salve off first. The full duration. So Zephyr's going to survive.
Yeah, and it means he
Or
gets
at
the
least I say
XP.
that, but...
Means he gets the XP from the creep wave as well, which is really good. And it doesn't just go to waste in this lane. Venom just hit level 2 before he dies, but it's just too late. Really well played by Spirit to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Get the kill.
Get the kill, but also take
Secure the
advantage,
lane a
that's the
little
word, of their level 2 before T1 got it.
Ooh.
For your troubles.
Yatoro hit Maposhka once. I think almost expecting to deny him.
Well, the thing is,
That was a little rude.
well, no, it's good, because if you can deny him, he gets a free trip back to base, right? And then he can just come back with full HP and mana again. So in a way, even though it wouldn't have, the Gale wasn't going to kill him, you would rather have got the deny so that he could get the free trip back to base.
He was pretty far off the deny. I guess he was gonna pop the salve anyway.
You
This
just
guy
get
was right.
really pissed off with your position 5 sometimes as a carry. You just,
That's the one chance you get to hit your
Yeah,
position
exactly.
5. Unless there's a Winter Wyvern on the other team. In which case you're always hitting your position 5.
whenever my 5 gets cursed, I just run into it. Make sure he knows who's boss.
I need you to remember this as I walk into this curse on purpose. Ooh, cheeky little Stormhammer on 2 bottom. Collapse taking some damage here from White Mod, who is level 3.
He has the double bracer as well. Mira just takes 2 CS in front of him. Love that. I'm the 3 now.
Yeah.
This PL's farming really well, though.
That's asserting dominance, though, when you do that.
Oh. Mira's just trying to drag the Lich away from the lane so that the Night Stalker can 1v1 a PL, right? Would be the best case scenario for them. On Team Spirit.
Potentially even looking for maybe a courier that's coming over to White Mon when he goes up the stairs like that. And Zephyr's going to go down to Miposhka. Second kill here for Team Spirit thus far. Kato, by the way, 29-2. So he's having a pretty decent time, but so is the Void Spirit, and that's something the panel talked about.
This is such a big pull from the Bane as well. If you can take away this whole wave of experience here, denying it to the stacked small camp, who really needs his XP in this lane?
He's going to come over, but Miposhka is level 4, just about the same experience there as Cuckoo. When does Cuckoo start to feel effective in this lane? If at all.
If they hadn't died at level 1, I think they would have felt really good. But as soon as that death happens, like they're playing from behind the whole time now, until like level 4-ish or so, level 5.
Double Venomous Gale hit. Now they might even want to look to turn this. They look over at Miposhka, shield crash with the Venomous Gale, and they've also got the Plague Wards down, so they're going to continue to right click. Miposhka on the run,
just have a wand.
Now in, not deny range anymore. Well, for a second he might be, and well, he'll salve up and stay in the lane.
He's fine. He has the 13 1 charges now as well, so. Oh, I couldn't quite block him in the trees, unfortunately, but there's the one charge.
Brain Sap, Venomous Gale once again, and now Zephyr getting low. He needs to turn around and run. They've got another Brain Sap available. They'll use it. Nightmare up Cuckoo, and that'll lead to Toronto Tokyo coming over, and Cuckoo will get a kill before he dies, which is all right, but you lose 2 again over bottom.
This is the lane you want to be doing really well, right, on the Veno. Like you said, if the Veno can get off to a good start, it does really well against like the Shaker, the Sven, the Night Stalker. The only hero it doesn't do well against is the Void Spirit, really. And the fact he's getting off to this bad start means he could end up just being food a lot of the time. I think Mira's farming much better than I thought he would as well on this Earthshaker. Like he's managed to take a few CS. Collapse.
Yeah, getting chased down here, and now they've got the Sinister Gaze. Collapse on the run, but eventually White Mon will get credit for that kill. So now T1 finally getting a response to their own in their safe lane.
Oh my god, he's level 6 on Sven already. Oh,
yeah, God's strength, but doesn't quite have enough to get the kill there.
Yeah, well, the problem is once he gets galed, they can't really do anything to him, to the Veno. Because the kite potential from the Gale was just horrible to play against.
Which can make it very troublesome for Sven.
He has no doppelganger here on the PL.
And they're going to run and try and chase 23. They've got the Void. They'll jump on top of him with the Fissure. 23, Spirit Lance, and well, the Sinister Gaze! But the Void is there. They'll get the kill. Now. Collapse will get 23, and they're going to go after White Mon. Ooh. Is he in range? Yeah. There it is. So double kill for Collapse, and that lane starts to go towards Team Spirit. All 3 lanes, it seems like, are pretty much even or better.
Why more? Zephyr wakes him up and he's like, oh no, please.
Oh,
wow.
No.
Oh no.
And now they're both dead, I think. Yep. Brain Sap comes in. Carl's it. This is devastating for T1 right now.
This is really, but their lanes have gone so poorly. Like this bot lane in particular has gone horrendous, but that double kill for the Night Stalker, like his game was going okay, but not that great. All of a sudden, he's a menace. They have almost level 6 on the Bane here as well. If they catch Cuckoo or something with this, oh, hang on.
Miposhka's been caught for a second, but again, they need to still get this kill.
I think he woke him up with a Veno ward there.
And Rain Sap, Whitemon, he's here. Frost Blast, and Zephyr will get credit for that kill. Cuckoo's now level 7. And he's gone 1, 2, 4.
Yeah, the Veto wards are really difficult for the Sven to deal with now. I think this is a good build. This is the part of the game where, yeah, you see, I think Sven's just left the lane. He has. And the Venom's just going to try and push the jungle in. Sorry, push the lane in now. So the Sven is the jungle. No doppelganger.
And yeah, on cooldown for 12 seconds. I think he's just dead again. And yeah, he's very dead. This is one of 23's signature heroes.
They have grit.
Boshka comes over, and there's the Fiend's Grip. Venomous Gale coming in. Cuckoo trying to get the damage out on Boshka to wake up Carl. Illuminate and the Blinding Light.
Oh, it missed.
Cuckoo surviving the tower shots. The Illuminate comes in from Carl, and they get the kill on Boshka.
That was so awkward. They just went on different heroes. If they'd have gone on the same hero, I think they would have killed them. But a little bit of miscommunication.
Feels really good for Carl, who's going to TP up into the top lane, and now has that Solar Bind on a Collapse, but Collapse is fine. Silence on it too, goes after the Coddle. They land the Fissure. Collapse running over, and the Illuminate, they will get the kill onto this Night Stalker, but here comes Toronto Tokyo. Swashbuckle. Ooh, Toronto Tokyo not committing to the Astral Step.
You don't need to. They take the bot tier 1 as well on the die with, I think it was the Veto wards and the creeps. How long until the Shaker blink? Because he has level 6 now. Just ticked it over there from the neutral creep. Oh, he's nowhere near. He went Arcane.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Just queued it up.
Going Hood on the Veno as well. Interesting. I thought he would have gone like a 4 staff or something first, potentially.
These plague words really confuse me.
Why?
Because they're bugs. And they're not like wards.
Look at this Miposhka positioning.
Makes me feel like they're couriers and not like plague wards at time. Or like couriers or observer wards. I have no idea. Like I said, I can't count, and I'm also pretty stupid. So, Swashbuckle comes in. Void Spirit now needs to run as he's been disarmed. Bottom lane.
Oh, Daywalker's getting gone on in the bot lane.
Yeah, Daywalker.
He has no
okay,
ult
we
up
go
either,
for
oh no.
Team Spirit, Rolling Thunder. All right, they're gonna go top and try to get the kill on Amira. They do have that Silver Bind once again. Zephyr will get credit for that kill, so Carl will help out. He's gotten 3-0 talismans, and what do you know? Got Dagon queued up.
I'm telling you, triple null into Dagon. It's the most fun build. Doesn't matter whether it's the best build, it's the most fun build.
Yeah, it is the most fun. And then, of course, you're rolling your D8 or whatever and rolling into a Vambrace. You know that's coming.
Yeah, for sure. Always. Or the Nether Shell, that's a good one.
True.
I think he's going to need a 4-staff at some point this game. Or at least somebody on the dire side needs a 4-staff, you know, against this Night Stalker in particular.
That's sensible. You don't do that.
The Night Stalker's going to need a blink as well, because it's all about who can get their spells off like first, whether it's the solar thing. Is it solar bind? I can't remember what it's
Solar
called.
Bind.
Solar bind against the crippling fear thing.
Smoke up from Team Spirit. They're going to head towards top. Potentially find themselves a Pangolier who does have the Rolling Thunder. But again, they've got the Bane. So we'll see if they can control him. They'll show with the shield crash. And now goes into the Rolling Thunder. Oh. Right to Miposhka.
Oh
There's
no!
Grip.
He tried to be greedy.
Yeah. Tried to farm and instead is farmed.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, I tried to cut a creep wave or at least stop it from pushing as quickly, but gets punished. Oh, he's got Dagon 5
He now has the Diffusal. Yeah, he's going straight Dagon 5.
Nice.
Or at least that's the Q.
It is very good with the in conjunction with the W with the Solar Bind.
Ooh. Venomous Gale hitting on a Miposhka. They'll throw out the Fissure. And, oh boy.
He's in
Miposhka
trouble.
in trouble. Solar Bind. Dagon. Oh my god, with the Illuminate. That was so much damage.
And this is why it's so ridiculous. Very, very fun.
Please fight recap.
Carl?
Show me. Uh-oh.
Yes,
He's now been
blinding
caught
light.
by
Okay.
Yotaro and, well, will still die.
That's some RNG stuff right there. What's the mischance at level 1? On Blinding Light? Do you know? I can't remember what it is.
Totally know what it is. Not buying time right here.
Yeah. Cuckoo's just taking over this mid lane as well. Oh, mid lane. They come in with the blink on the Sven.
See what they can get done here is they'll kill off Cuckoo, and now he's dominating on Yotaro.
Oh, the hexed up pig running in at nighttime.
That's how it's done, and they're going to continue to chase and find themselves a second. Whitemon's also gone, this time to collapse.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Stains gold remain.
At least my prediction's looking good so far, B-Cup, that Team Spirit will do really well until about minute 30 and then the PL just wins.
Right.
I will say the Sven is farming really well, though. Like, he's pretty far ahead of the PL, which he needs to be. But, yeah, I think this Collapsed Night Stalker's done really well so far this game, and the Sven's been enabled to allow to farm. Oh, trying to take you.
Oh boy. And I'll get the kill. Cuckoo's going to get some revenge here. He's also, yeah, he's picked up that Force Staff after the hood. So he said Carl may need a Force Staff. He's actually now on somebody on his team has one at this point. We'll see if he does end up going back for one himself, as he's got E-Blade Dagon 5 queued up.
Yeah, I think the E-Blades are really good. Especially against the Sven as well.
Ooh, Solar
my
Bind,
God.
and there's the Illuminate. Carl with another kill. And Cuckoo
can't
will
wait
get
to
the
get
Courier.
And do you know what makes this hero so good now as well, is that the Illuminate doesn't need anywhere near as much time to charge as it used to. It's like, was it 3 seconds or basically like all the time it feels like. It used to be like, it used to be like 5 seconds or something
Radiant structures are fortified.
at max level. I think it used to be 2, 3, 4, 5. And now it takes like 3 seconds to charge the max Illuminate. It's just ridiculous.
Dire's
A max
bottom
channel
tower is
time
under
3
attack.
now. Quite strong. Collapse trying to get the bottom tier 1, and Carl will come over to try and illuminate and clean up and save the tier 1. Not going to be able to do so, so he'll get himself some farm. He's picked up the Ghost Scepter, does have the Dagon 1 still, and
Is under attack.
you think he goes Dagon 1 straight E-Blade and then goes back to the Dagon 5? It
It's alright.
feels like he's popped the God Strength. Ooh.
I'm really surprised he's going BKB second item before Blink on the Night Stalker. I guess it's still really
Yeah.
good. Like, in theory, it's really good against the T1 side, right?
And then once you have that and you have the Blink Dagger, you're pretty much open to being able what you want to accomplish with that nighttime, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like it could be a little bit tough to secure that if you need the BKB first. And he does kind of need that BKB.
Yeah, he does. They don't really do anything against BKB. So.
Dire's structures
Makes
are
sense.
fortified.
All right, so he bought out on Dagon 2 right now. He bought another recipe. And Vambrace drops for Team Spirit. They also did get Nether Shawl for the Coddle.
Yeah, that's really good. Any kind of like magic amp on that hero is really strong. Fey grenade for Dire side? I don't know who you give that to.
Illusion.
Pretty sad.
Give it to the Pangolier. Carl's keeping up with the Sven. That's what's so crazy about
Dire's
this.
bottom
Yeah,
tower
that hero
is
farms
under
so quickly though. Especially like if you go BOTs and stuff.
Now he's got the Dagon BO3, I believe, coming out. So he is gonna go Ghost Scepter.
Cuckoo might be in
what
trouble
looks to
here.
be Dagon 5 into the E-Blade. Vibes almost has that BKB, and there's a Vambrace for T1. So now both sides have it. I guess the question is, do you want to keep the Nether Shawl
Do you give the Vambrace
or
to
go to the
PL?
Vambrace?
I don't know what the PL
Yeah.
has, but
What does PL have right now? He's actually got Brigand's Blink.
oh yeah, that's okay.
Middle tower.
Are you
that's pretty
you're
nice.
struggling there?
I am struggling horribly. Vambrace will be picked up by the PLO. I'll only make that mistake once.
The game,
Brigand's Blade.
the game slowed down a lot though in the last like 5 minutes or so, 5-7 minutes, and it's favoured T1 massively. Like I think that's SMY coming out on the courier now for PL. Like Theben was saying on the panel before, having that SMY, and then you queue up the heart afterwards. The shake is not really an issue for you. They don't have the like incredible amount of burst damage to be able to kill this PL, especially magic wise. And they break the smoke.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And the Vambrace was picked up by the Phantom Lancer.
That makes sense.
Which is pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I
going
love
hard into the Octarine core, which I like.
Yeah, I really like that build play, especially when you have Kotl on your team, but also like when you play against Sven, you don't ever really want to just run in and hit him right on the main hero, so you just have that constant spam of the Lancers. Play that really, really annoying PL build.
Ooh, now he's got Shard instead of the Heart Octarine core, but at some point you're going to need the Shard, right? And you haven't taken first Roche yet.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you're banking on getting it off the second Roche, like that's going to be a while.
Oh, he'll get
might
it
as well
before.
just buy out.
He'll
Yeah,
get
you
it
might as
before
well
the
just buy
second
out.
rush.
Yeah. Carl almost level 18. He's got just about enough gold to purchase that 4th level in the Dagon.
The cast range goes up on Dagon, I think, right? With each level. I can't remember.
Yes,
Yeah.
by
Is
50.
under attack.
It's pretty good. Seems
I've
like
got the BKB though on the Night Stalker, and he wants to go into the Blink Dagger as quickly as he can.
Dire's top tower.
it's like level 1 to 5, you get an extra 200 cast range, which
Radiant's
is
middle tower is
really
under
strong.
attack.
he's getting what? Sorry. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so he's got BKB going Blink, which is exactly what you thought he was going to do because he had it queued up, but also expecting to now be able to,
Radiant's bottom
Administer
tower
his
is
kit.
under attack.
especially once he's got that Blink Dagger. Otto just going to clear out these creep waves. PL
This
has
Veno,
enough gold for that shard, and he's finally picked it up. And then,
this
you
Veno
know,
is so annoying because if the smoke ever breaks and there's a ward next to them, the ward just attacks and cancels blinks and all sorts.
Radiant's bottom
You have to be incredibly
tower is under
careful.
attack.
They don't want to run up into the dire triangle high ground because they know it's going to be just littered with wards and things.
yeah, it feels like it's almost impossible to take like a high ground look. Like if you're going to come from the low ground at any point, it's almost putting yourself into a really precarious position because of the fact that, like you said, if Cuckoo's there, your blinks are getting canceled most likely.
I'm still worried for Spirit. It feels like last game where they have this lineup that wants to be playing more aggressively, but they can't really find the openings that they need. Like that again.
Ooh,
Potion.
Miposhka.
Are fortified.
They're gonna have Nightmare. They're gonna have Boots of Travel coming in. That means they'll have the control with the
Here comes
Fiend's
the
Grip. But
PL,
also
though.
23 is gonna show himself. So Miposhka's gonna hold his ground, go to the Fiend's Grip, try and lock down Carl enough to get the kill, and they will do exactly that. And now Toronto, Tokyo not dealing with a lot of mana. On the other side of this fight, though, they've got themselves a Sven who goes after Cuckoo. They've got the Fissure to follow it up. It goes into the Essence Ring as well as the Force Staff. Venomous Gale, BKB, Yotaru gets the kill on a Cuckoo. So that's 2 dead on the side of T1. A very good fight right now
Oh
from
my
the side of
God.
Team Spirit with Collapse going in and killing off Zephyr. So 3 kills there for Team Spirit. And that's all set up thanks to Miposhka just running in and getting the kill, or getting the Fiend's Grip onto Carl.
And that's Roche as well, I think. Especially with the God Strength being popped, right? Honestly, T1's game plan, like, it sucks that they've lost that fight there, and it sucks that the Kotl died and whatnot. But in the long term, it doesn't really change their game plan. So, like, losing Roche is sad. Yeah, I get that, but it's not the end of the world. Like, they still have really strong late game with the PL and stuff. It's up to Spirit now to see what they can do with this Aegis.
Tower is under attack.
And, like, how much, like worth and value they can squeeze out of it.
Right.
Because like pushing towers is not easy this game against like Venom wards, against the Kotl, against the Lich armor. Like, at some point, you're gonna have to get high ground as well.
Wow, they really just want to fight into this Aegis.
Radiant's middle tower is
Well, they know there's no God
A little
strength, right? And there's no.
Yeah, so he's not going to be as strong. If they can get him, Force Staff coming through, and now they're going to get the Rolling Thunder. They've got themselves the Chain Frost bouncing around over to the Ancient. They'll get the first life out of the hands of the Sven. Fissure now hits onto Zephyr. Blinding Light pushing over this Earthshaker, who's got that blink as well as the Echo Slam ready to drop, but that's just the Aegis, and well, T1 are kind of okay with that.
Yeah, T1 absolutely fine with that.
Dire's top tower is under
You force the rotations over and everything as well. The reason they went is because they knew there was no God Strength, and they knew there was no Night Stalker ult, and it was daytime. So there's nothing for them to fear. And if they find a pick off, and the Sven Aegis is probably the best thing they could have found, honestly, rather than any other hero. Again, just walk towards this late game game plan. You know, no stress, chill out.
Now they've got that Aether Lens, so they can poke with that shard for this Phantom Lancer. Send those Spirit Lances out. Like you said, you don't want to go right into this Sven, but if you can poke him, make his life very difficult, kite him around, it could really be a big difference maker.
Yeah, my one worry with T1's lineup, I will say, is that they have this lineup that doesn't, like, nobody wants to get gone on first, right? Nobody wants to just go in.
Right.
Like, all three cores are kind of just sitting in the back line. And they're like, oh yeah, go on somebody else, and then we'll just poke and prod at you and counter-initiate and whatever, right? But they have no, like, Tide or, like, this DK or whatever.
Yeah. Their counter plays aren't that great.
Yeah.
Whereas, like you said, they would have a Tide potentially. They want to be initiating where they've got the Rolling Thunder into the Blink Dagger. If the Rolling Thunder with the Blink Dagger is tossing these heroes on the side of Team Spirit up, they'll probably have their best time. But if Spirit make that jump first, it should be an easier fight, and I would say probably gives them about 5 to 10% more on a success meter.
Yeah.
In terms of how that fight's going to go.
And that's the reason why the fight top went so well before as well, is they find the Kotl in the backline straight away, right? If you can find these key targets, which they have the potential to, then it's really strong.
So Collapse now has that BKB and the Blink Dagger, and that's something that we're going to see really take effect in what should be the next fight. Question is, how do Team Spirit want to go about this? They've allowed now Carl to get that Dagon 5. He's building into the E-Blade, only 1,400 gold away from that. And Phantom Lancer's just kind of living his life farming. He's 3k behind this Sven, but Heart, Butterfly next. He can poke and prod with the Aether Lens as well as the Shard with that Spirit Lance upgrade with the Diffusal.
Oh. Rolling Thunder just
and again, looking for that Rolling Thunder and not going to hit Collapse, which might open up an opportunity for Team Spirit to counter, but with the Pangolier getting far enough away, Team Spirit, they'll continue to put the pressure on the bottom lane and get the tier 2.
Do you know what I don't understand, Beacon? Why is Rolling Thunder's cooldown so low? I think it's 70 seconds.
Yeah.
But why?
Why isn't it more?
Yeah.
I'm not Ice Rock. Can tell you.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh.
But if I were, I would just say because I said so.
Oh, that's fair enough.
So, 3k
Yeah.
now they're going to blink in and they'll go after the Phantom Lancer and he's
Oh,
immediately
no.
just dead. They get the kill on a 23. They're going to throw the Chain Frost over and that's not going to lead to anything. And again, we talked about it. We talked about T1 not being a good counterplay team with not the team, but the draft struggling to do so. And Team Spirit very advantageous being the ones to make the initial jump.
And that's the vision control with the Night Stalker there as well. Like, they see everything with the extra vision. PL tries to just leave the base ever so slightly and gets punished straight away, and all of a sudden it's a 7k net worth lead for Spirit.
And immediately switches from Heart Butterfly to Heart BKB.
Yeah, I think, you know, you can respect that though, right, against the Night Stalker. You just need to not to get comboed down.
Ooh.
Oh. Pew pew.
They found Zephyr. Echo Slam committed. Collapse will get credit for that one, using that Fey Grenade twice, I believe.
Typical offlaner teamfight contribution.
One shot gets the kill. Takes all, takes it all.
Mira's like, come on, man. I mean, it's the right play, but it just looks funny.
Dire are scanning.
So no Echo Slam here. Oh, Psychic Headband for the Shaker could be very strong. Oh my god, Miposhka. What an absolute monster.
Yeah, we've seen him play well on a Disruptor, but he does play a really sick Bane.
Dodge for the Gale and the Lance.
So now a 9k lead for Team Spirit. Get to that 30-minute mark, and this is what you were talking about. This is the moment where T1 need to really survive, and this is the pressure that might be felt. They're going to move in with the Blink Daggers and the Fissures, but they're not going to land anything, and T1 easily avoid that fight.
Yeah, it's the Venom Woods. Very strong. Like, it's really difficult to push up into that high ground. Again, you know it's going to be littered. They need this BKB on the Venom, and they need the heart on the PL as well here on T1 to feel good about this game.
Radiant are scanning.
A bauble from the void.
So now again, T1 smoke.
No God
Knowing
Strength.
that God Strength is going to be on cooldown. Illusions will push through mid, and the rest of the team will go through the jungle. Controlling this outpost, though, right now is Team Spirit. Mira the only one showing in lane, and right behind him is the Sven. Yatoro, who does have a TP.
Oh, can he see the Shaker? Oh, he misses him!
Oh, just misses him. BKB from Yatoro, just the TP out. And they missed both.
Like, he feels like the wind against his back from the from the Pango roll as he TPs away. Jeez. Close one.
Close, but close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
I feel like that's happened a lot this game. It's like just close moments, but it's quite pull through.
And it's building up in a tense moment where it's going to pop off. The question is, how is it going to pop off? Because we've already seen it once where 23 is the one who gets jumped on and the fight's over very quickly because they're able to kill off this Phantom Lancer with no BKB.
How close is he to the heart now on the PL? That's the big moment.
He's about 500 gold off.
Okay.
And Roche is only 25 seconds away, and that's going to be Aegis and Shard.
All it takes is one good fight from either team here. I think Dire side especially.
There's the blink in. They've got the fissure that lands on a Whitemon. They're going to try and go in onto the Lich. They don't want to fully commit just yet. They're waiting for somebody to come out, and 23 is going to be the one who throws the Spirit Lance in onto Collapse and start to drain that mana. Not really doing a lot. He's dealing with 3k
Oh,
health.
they're turning, though.
Cuckoo moves forward. But Cuckoo had the halberd for a second. Yatoro pops the God Strength. They're going to try and get Cuckoo up onto the high ground, but they're unable to do so, so they'll lose that Venomancer. They're also dealing with the double damage on Toronto, Tokyo. No God Strength, but Roche respawning.
They have an E-Blade now on the Cottle as well, so he might look to buy back here on the Veno. Potentially fight the Roche, but it's so difficult when you don't have vision and everything set up.
And they don't have an outpost to TP to. They're going to use this God Strength. They should be able to get their hands onto the Aegis as well as the Shard. Question is this going to be quick enough? It's looking like it's going to be just late. Now did T1 look to commit off this? Again, no God Strength to work with, but instead it looks like they're going to hold their ground on the mid lane and not do anything.
They had no heart. It was on the courier as well. Again, that's like another thing. It's so close to like being really good for T1, but they just missed their timing ever so slightly. And there's a nullifier on the Night Stalker.
Rolling Thunder, Dagon, Solarbind, Nightmare's going to keep alive this Earthshaker for a second, but they get the kill on Amira. Dead for 50 seconds. It's a kill to get, but it's not the Aegis. And again, they're holding on to the advantage on the side of Team Spirit, but T1 get one, and they back away.
That's pretty good, though, for Spirit. They're only losing the Shaker there. You'll take that every day of the week.
Is under attack.
Get the Shaker, he's dead for 30. Probably going to keep Spirit off of attacking for 30 seconds, but we'll see.
I feel like this Venom has had like no net worth progression this game. He's so far
constantly
behind.
At 11k.
Yeah. Last time I looked, he was like
Radiant's bottom tower
2,000 gold off BKB, and now he's like 1,500, and it feels like it's been like 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah, and ooh. So 23 now committing. Now that he's got the heart, he's not committing to the BKB. He's committing to the Octarine core, or at least that's what he's got set.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
Radiant are scanning.
And again, Team Spirit are just here ready to go in the top lane because they've got this outpost controlled.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's
Zephyr
top
bottom.
tower is under attack.
He'll push in. That'll force Toronto Tokyo down there, but he's got boots to travel. He'll be back up in 30.
Oh, Pango.
Ooh, Lotus Orb, and now they're going to bring the Bane over. Zephyr needs to try and hide, but that's not looking likely, as they'll get the Brain Sap kill onto Zephyr Maposhka, who is now sitting 6, 5, and 5.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Yeah, he's
under
getting close to that
attack.
level 25 on the Void Spirit as well. And when he gets that, get the Dissimulate stun most likely against the PL.
Which will make it even harder for the PL to do anything, and
Yeah.
it's just... He's not going for the BKB, and I kind of worry about that being the build progression.
Yeah, potentially, but you're aiming to hit that level 25 PL with the Octarine, and you get the cooldown reduction from the Cottle and everything as well. Like, if he goes BKB, they really don't have any damage output is the problem, right? Especially when the Radiant pop BKBs. They have a Cottle, which is great, but you're hitting that point in the game now where the Cottle can't just, like, blow people up all the time.
Right.
Not reliably, at least.
Are you surprised that maybe we're not seeing Carl pick up that Ags?
I thought about it earlier, and
It feels like OOS could be pretty massive, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good this game. But again, it's not damage output. And the Nullifier
Night
onto
Stalker,
the Pango.
and now they're going to go to the Pango again.
And the thing is, like, the Cottle can't even E-Blade the Pango because of the Nullifier. It's just a free pickoff.
And it's really becoming quite a bit of an issue here because you've got Team Spirit at a 14k lead. And it's almost... We talked about maybe the PL being able to handle a deficit, but I don't know if he can handle this big of a deficit.
Oh! Is Shaker okay?
He's fine.
Okay, he's fine.
Carl's still cutting creep waves, doing the best he can, going into Kaya Sanj. He's also looking into the Octarine cores. You've got 23 Savage. He's bought the Talisman of Evasion. He's re-queued up the BKB with the Butterfly as well as the finishing touches onto an Octarine core. The question is that what he gets from it? Or what is what he's going to get from that Q?
Mm-hmm. Is he putting a deep ward down? Oh, he is.
We'll spot that next rotation.
That's a bit of a worry, because if the Cottle comes up to push the lane, the Night Stalker can just punish him really hard.
Yeah.
Oh, Carl.
He's been caught. Finding light, and he is in a lot of trouble, most likely dead. Toronto Tokyo, he does have that Dissimulate stun for 2.5 seconds. So they will get a kill onto Carl. Not only that, he's dead for 83 without buyback. He's 150 gold short. They're going to look with the Rolling Thunder, go over and try and get the kill here onto the Bane. They'll throw the Spirit Lance onto Maposhka. Rolling Thunder once again, getting quite low, trying to survive. And wow.
The Bane with the shard just healed up
has the
all
brain
the
sap off the
illusions.
illusions. And they'll get the kill into Zephyr instead.
I've never seen
healed
that
up
before.
off all the illusions.
That was pretty cool.
Wow.
Bane counter to PL, confirmed. Just never die. Wow.
Always a full heal.
Oh, Spell Prism Void Spirit as well. All right, game's over.
Boy.
Let's go. Let's go next.
GG go next is the words from Mo. So Chad, if you know if that's not the result, just at the man.
Night Stalker pops the ult here, just finding information.
Still no Pato for 25 seconds. Astral Step with the fuels and pops the BKB on the landing. They're going to pop the God Strength. Now starts to send illusions over to Yatoro. The buyout on the butterfly. So 23 now has no buyback available. Astro Step once again dropping down the Aether Remnant. That's not going to land. Goes to the Dissimulate, which he does have those extra spots with the Shard. And now they're going to go through. They've got themselves the Sinister Gates for the damage going into 23. He just used all his gold to buy out on a butterfly. They get the kill on a Cuckoo to follow that up with the BKB as well as the God Strength going towards the end here on Yatoro. They start to back away. Man, Maposhka just, again, being the most crucial part to this fight for Team Spirit. And Team Spirit, they actually don't fully push in on that.
Yeah,
a little surprising.
They're being really disciplined, aren't they? Well, there was no God Strength and there was no Night Stalker.
Oh, Zephyr again. Stormhammer, and he will be hit with that Bloodthorn. Get ripped to shreds. To shreds, I say.
Like, there was a Cottle just next to him, but I don't think he realised because he zoned in on the Pangolier. And so he just blinked away from the Cottle and hit the Pangolier instead.
I'm not too certain.
I don't even know if that's the right phrase. I truly don't think there's going to be a point where 23 takes over this game again.
It's the Witchbane.
And he never really took over this game.
Witchbane's the item that purges an AoE, right?
Purges all enemies and allies within 300.
Isn't that really good against PL?
Nobody's holding it.
Dear.
Must not be that good.
Oh, we were having a conversation earlier about this with Nomad as well.
Yeah, we were.
Nomad. Oh God, I'm gonna talk about what Nomad said about something. This is awful. He said in 10% of games it would be really strong, 10% of games it would be okay, and the rest it would be awful. And I kind of agreed with that. It feels like this is one of the ones that it's okay in. Oh dear.
Ooh, again, they're just going to jump forward and kill off Whitemon.
But like, what's the play? This is what we were saying, like, who goes in and helps? They're all just kind of sitting there waiting to get gone on.
Well, because they can't be the aggressors.
Yeah, they can't.
And we already talked about how they can't play the counter. And if they can't be the aggressors, they kind of just have to watch. Collapse already knows he's sending him back.
And you have to remember here, he has an Arcane Blink on the Night Stalker, right? And so they have permanent nighttime, basically. Because of the, whenever he pops out, if he blinks first, you get the cooldown reduction, right?
So we're fine with BKB being popped. Now they're going to go after this Coddle. They'll get the kill on a Carl. He is very dead, especially with that BKB and the jump forward from Toronto Tokyo. And they're going to use that God Strength with the BKB.
Oh,
take out Cuckoo, take out 23 Savage, rip through both of them. And they will call GG. We'll be going to another Game 3. Team Spirit, start to finish, have control of this one.
Really well played by Spirit. They felt like, yeah, they were always had their, like, two hands, like, on the game, right? They never, like, let one hand go, and they kind of, like, half-hearted it a little bit. It felt like they were always in the right place at the right time, controlling the game where they needed to. And, yeah, it feels really good for them, especially after that really rough Game 1. I thought, yeah, Team 1 had this game plan, but like we were talking about, they have this big problem that everybody's kind of just waiting for somebody else to do something before they act. And so they were dodging for a long time, but at some point you have to fight. And they did not have the capability to, unfortunately, especially when they fell so far behind.
Yeah, there were points where it felt like they might be able to do so, but like you said, once they fell too far behind, they just couldn't be the initiators, they couldn't be the counter players. They were really just the watchers at that point, and when you watch like that, you're going to fall.